All right, tonight's grammar night is about sentences with the word if. Sentences with the word if. If sentences. So there are four main types of sentences, of if sentences in English, often called conditional sentences. These sentences are in two halves, with the if part in one half and the other part where you can use words such as will, may, might, could, and would. So, here we go. Let's get started. All right. If plus the present form plus the present form. If plus the present form plus the present form. Example sentence. If you heat ice, it melts. All right, in this type of sentence, you could use when instead of if. It's always true that when you heat ice, it melts. This is why this type of sentence is sometimes called a zero conditional, because it's always true. All right, so we have if. Next one, we have if plus the present form plus will, can, or may. The words will, can, or may. So, example sentences. If I am late, I will call you. If you need me, you can call me at home. If it gets any hotter, we may have a thunderstorm. So, in these sentences, or first conditional sentences, as they are called, there is a strong possibility that the first part, the part coming after if, is going to happen. The second part says what will happen as a result. So, if I am late, I will call you. That means there's a strong possibility I will be late. And if that happens, I'll call. Okay. If, next one, if plus past form plus would, could, or might. Would, could, or might. If I got a pay raise, I would buy a new car. If you left your job, you could travel around the world. If you were nicer to him, he might lend you the money. So, in these sentences, the first part with if shows that the event is unlikely to happen. That means it probably will not happen. In English, we often use this type of sentence, called a second conditional, to talk about hypotheses or imaginary future events. So, if I got a pay raise, I would buy a new car. That means it's not very likely I will get a raise. I probably will not get a new raise. So buying a new car is a imaginary future event, but not going to happen. All right, example. Another example. If I was president of the United States, I would change some laws. However, I know that I will never be president of America. I'm just saying what I would do if I was in his position. All right? So, now the only difference is, in American English, we say if I were. And in British English, they say if I was. So if you hear it either way, you'll probably be able to guess where they maybe had their education. All right, next one. If plus past perfect plus would, might, or could have done. Would, might, or could have done. Examples. If I had revised, I would have passed my exams. If we had gone out earlier, we might have gotten to the cinema on time. If you had told me there was a problem, I could have helped. So, if I had revised or if I had studied, I would have passed the exams. In these sentences, or the proper name is the third conditional sentences, the first part of the sentence with if did not happen. So there is no possibility of the second part of the sentence happening. I didn't study, so I didn't pass my exams, and there is nothing I can do about it now. English speakers use this type of sentence to show how things could have been different. So we use this type of sentence to show how things should have been different. Okay. So, quick review. If sentences. Four main types. Okay. First type, if plus present form plus present form. If you heat ice, it melts. Second part, if plus present form plus will, can, or may. If I am late, I will call you. If plus past form plus would, could, or might. If I got a pay raise, I would buy a new car. And last one, if plus past perfect plus would, might, or could have done. If I had studied, I would have passed my exams. So, that is the quick and proper explanation of how to use if sentences, conditional sentences.